Greetings, metal musicologists. I'm Alex Tamulis. Welcome to the channel. Stranger Things' Eddie Munson is the moment. He's played by newcomer Joseph Quinn. It's kind of like this electricity spike through a guitar amp, flanked by his fellow D&D players that are collectively known as the Hellfire Club. So Eddie is all these flowing flocks and the metal apparel. He stomps about in beat-up Reeboks, and he talks about society's condemnation of kids like himself.
Studies have linked violent behavior to the game, saying it promotes satanic worship.
Referring to the satanic panic of the 80s, the religious, the conservative groups that were really worried about the rise of metal in the 80s, and we can't really help but try to picture who Eddie Munson is loosely based on. For me, there's no one better than Jason Newsted, former bass player of Metallica. Jason is actually the embodiment of the 80s Metalhead. And in 1988, Metallica released their seminal album, Injustice for All. Their new bassist, Jason Newsted, who used to play bass for Flotsam and Jetsam. And he took over the role, obviously, of the late Cliff Burton, who is considered one of the finest metal bass players. Jason was trailing his own path with Flotsam and Jetsam. And after Eddie Munson plays, with Corroded Coffin, his band, I can't help but picture what type of sound and in which genre they would fit in. And I think Corroded Coffin could easily be this mix between Metallica and Flotsam. So there are indeed striking similarities between Eddie Munson and Jason Newsted, both physically and also musically. Eddie Munson has eternalized the now classic devil horns face. It's become this huge meme all over social media, and Jason has always been known for his impish grin, his charismatic headbanging. When you saw Metallica live, you could be like, how can you not like Jason? He's giving 100%. While playing live with the band. And this is the same feeling that we get from Eddie Munson. He's fully dedicated to his passions. And there's a scene where he shows an Iron Maiden tape, which is actually from one of the greatest albums of the 80s, Peace of Mind. And he's like, this is music. And Jason Newsted was selected to play with Metallica out of a pool of thousands of candidates. And he was picked, amongst other things, for his legendary looks, the metal-looking hair, the menacing scowl. So in a way, it's as if Eddie Munson and Jason Newsted, they're just living in this same parallel universe. They represent metal and they help to consolidate the legacy through the test of time. They're both the embodiment of a legendary metal figure. Now I would like to analyze the hidden semiotics. I would like to go out on a limb here with the meaning. And there are, like I said, striking similarities between these two. Jason Newsted wore a metal church raglan during an interview in the 80s with Lars. And here in the interview, we see this metal mane. And we right off the bat notice that it looks a lot like Eddie Munson, who also wears a raglan, but obviously from Hellfire Club. So Eddie looks like Jason. Well, I don't really know who looks like who because it's the parallel universe theory here, but it's 1986 for both. So it's kind of like a manifestation of the same spirit. Anyhow, Metal Church is a heavy metal band. Jason had this evangelizing role for thousands, if not millions of kids in the 80s and 90s. He represented all of us. He showed that it was possible for a metalhead, for a layperson to be part of this pantheon of metal gods. And Eddie Munson is this layperson in Stranger Things. He's got his band, Corroded Coffin. He has a divine moment when he challenges powerful deities. Metal is like this society where, you can see it as a community that grows through bonding, through sharing experiences, through melodies, through distortion and aggression, and lyrics about imaginary beings and folk tales. And like the amazing Dio, Eddie Munson, he's wearing that jacket, the Dio jacket. So thousands of kids now have access to the 80s metal tropes, and they can really feel empowered to tell stories from their perspectives, not really abiding by the standards, and really looking for the voices of their generation. So I say Jason Newsted is Eddie Munson in 1986, and they have special roles to keep promoting metal, to show the world that we can dream and we can play a part, we can contribute with the art. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe for more. Check out Flotsam and Jetsam's album called Doomsday for the Deceiver. You can also check out Injustice for All, and truly hear the bass here on my channel. You have videos that you can check out from Injustice for All with the bass really loud. Please, if you have the opportunity, go right ahead. I want to thank you for watching. I will see you next time. I'm signing out. Bye now.